Greetings, family, and welcome. We are so much excited once again as we meet on this platform, as we continue to talk about issues that are concerning the nation. And we are seeing the oppression of ZANU PF continues to be going on and on and on. It seems Mnangagwa is not giving up on fighting against those dissenting voices that are speaking against him. And I hope you saw what happened. I think my software made a big blunder where the show that we did previously was not recorded, or rather did not appear on this platform. It rather appeared on the main platform, Chatufa Television Production, and this is live with Chatufa. But of course, it happens. Maybe it happens for a reason. So let us just believe that it is for a reason. So a Beitbridge man who sang a song against Mnangagwa and the Zig has appeared before the court. Just imagine the level of, oppression that we see happening in our nation, where artists are being victimized by Emerson Mnangagwa. You know, artists are supposed to be free to say what they want to say. They express themselves through art. It can be poetry, it can be drama, it can be cartoons, whatever art that can be done to express views of what is happening in the nation. But when you start to see a whole government going against a man because he sang a song, then there is something that is fundamentally wrong with that nation. It seems things are not really going on well as expected. But are we surprised? We are not, because this is just a sign that the government of Mnangagwa is just a fearful government. They are so much afraid of the masses. They are afraid of Zimbabweans. They are afraid because they don't know what tomorrow holds. They are trying, all that they are doing is just try and error. It's a hook and crook. They are not very sure of where they are going and what is going to be happening. And the men sang a song, and I'm going to be playing that song so that you can also listen to it. He was talking about Mnangagwa having destroyed Zimbabwe, and of course talking about the Zig. But that is the truth of what is happening, because you know what, history or literature is not written from a vacuum. Literature doesn't come from a vacuum. It comes from a setting, and Zimbabwe is our setting. So whoever has to write something, or who has to do drama, acting, cartoons, poetry, whatever it could be, it is derived from the setting, which is Zimbabwe. And obviously somebody will have to write about what exactly is happening in Zimbabwe. But ZANU PF is so much afraid. You know, some of the things that worry the Zimbabwean government are so amazing. There are simple things, and these simple things are what at times we think there are little things that don't matter. But yet, to ZANU PF, it's big deal. They will spend, time. They would spend, finances to fight against that, which we are talking about right now, of a man who just sang. Remember, family, what I said? I said the last show, it went to the wrong. I don't know what happened with my software. It ended up going to the main channel. It was supposed to be on this platform, on Live with Chatufa. But by the time I was checking it after the show, I discovered that it was not in the studio of Chatufa, Live with Chatufa. It went to Chatufa TV Production, the main channel. So I don't know why it happened, but I always believe that all things work together for good to them that love God and those that are called according to his purposes. I believe that maybe for that show to get lost and go to the main channel, it is so that those in the main channel will know that there is a different channel which operates on the other side, and they may discover this channel, because 27,000 people there, and we have 7,000 on this smaller channel. It doesn't make sense, especially if it's one person speaking on both. So maybe it will see the result of it, why it happened that way. So this is what we are talking about. Thank you so much, my sister Judith Gogomawire and Nessa Kaitano, who are already here and putting their comments. If you are here, let's hear your comments also. Can seriously somebody be arrested just for a song? Let me just play that song so that you can hear. Maybe some people may not have had an opportunity to also hear the song that this guy sang. And ZANU PF is jittery over it, and they want to murder someone for that. So let's just hear what he's saying, this guy.
Wauraya nyika, Mnangagwa wauraya nyika, Mnangagwa waturaya nyika, Mnangagwa wauraya nyika, wauraya nyika, Mnangagwa wauraya nyika, waturaya nyika, Mnangagwa wauraya nyika. Wauraya nyika ino, Mnangagwa wauraya nyika. Ndafamba kuze kuze, Mnangagwa waturaya nyika. Mnangagwa ndaenda Bulawayo. Mnangagwa wauraya nyika. Mnangagwa ndaenda Masvingo. Mnangagwa waturaya nyika. Ndaenda kuBeitbridge, Mnangagwa waturaya nyika. Wauraya nyika, Mnangagwa mauraya nyika. Mnangagwa waturaya nyika. Wauraya nyika.
Just imagine. This makes me laugh, I tell you. Can really somebody really be arrested just for that? Just for that. It makes ZANU PF so uncomfortable. It makes Mnangagwa so mad to the point that he has to arrest somebody just for that song. What does that really mean at all? You can see, family, the level of fear that these people have. Knows that Magwara, yeah. Kana tichinzi kune magwara, ZANU PF ndo anonzi magwara manje. And unoziva kuti kana gwara rikangwira rakubatirira so gwara rikangokuwanira pokukuwanira watsva, unobatwa kaki kusvikira musi wauchasumuka kutaridza gwara kuti you can fight, because it doesn't really make sense that a whole government would want to use resources to want to go and arrest this guy for just that song. And I don't know how far that song has gone to, because I can bet that many of you even had not heard it before. I don't think it's a song that we can say it went viral, it is all over, no, it didn't get that far. But ZANU PF already is so jittery over this song, to the point that you can end up wanting to arrest this guy. So they are saying that he has disrespected the name of the president or what. But really, what is it that this man has really said? Just to say wauraya nyika, can that really be enough to have somebody taken to court and magistrates have to be sitting down, spending time to talk about somebody who just said wauraya nyika? If maybe this guy had insulted and said some vulgar words about Mnangagwa, it was going to be much better. So we are simply looking at the level of oppression, the level of foolishness that we are seeing in the leaders that we have. So ZANU PF people really are supposed to be very ashamed, because you can't really be wasting time over something that is this small. And unfortunately, one thing that they don't know is that when you continue to victimize somebody who is unknown, like this man, what you are doing is you are publicizing him. That song, if it was not known, now it will begin to be known, because you have now started to make noise. It's just like Nelson Chamisa. Nelson Chamisa does not need to campaign in Zimbabwe, because ZANU PF is doing the campaigning for him. Varakashi are doing the campaigning for him. You can't find a single, I'm saying single, just a single day where a picture of Nelson Chamisa is not posted on social media, especially on Twitter. And somebody has to be saying something, lambasting him, creating some lie, or just starting some unfounded for story about Nelson Chamisa. So whether Chamisa is active politically or is not, or is in his hiding place or not, still we continue to see there are people that are so busy campaigning for him. And that's exactly what we are looking at. And it's said that ZANU PF, they don't see the magnitude of what they are doing, because there are some things that I feel like they are just worth ignoring. You know, there are some things that they must just watch and say, no, let's leave it like that. Because trying to silence somebody who is not known, you are making his voice even more vocal. Now already look at what is happening. The man is already there on Twitter. People are talking about it, and papers are writing about him. We are also on social media. We are already talking about it. We are spreading the news already to everyone. And everyone is beginning to find out, who is this guy? What had he said? And things like that. And then the issue is going viral. The man and his message is getting out to many, many people now, probably who were not supposed to be even hearing about him or hearing about that song. So it's just shooting themselves in the foot. That's what we are seeing happening with ZANU PF. So I wish that in ZANU PF we could have some people that are using some better tactics of how they can fight the battle that they are fighting. But unfortunately, we don't have, because there are no people who are standing to save ZANU PF. In ZANU PF, we have individuals who are trying to save themselves. That is the problem. No one cares about Zimbabwe as a country. No one cares about the government. No one cares about the party, ZANU PF itself. Nobody in ZANU PF cares about that. It is now about individualism. It's individuals who are self-serving. Everyone in ZANU PF is fighting for their stomach. Nobody cares about the damage that could be coming to the party. Nobody cares about the damage that could be coming to government. Nobody cares about the damage happening to Zimbabwe. As long as individuals are okay, they are busy running around, going into their deals that they are doing, running after the tenders that they are getting in government, and also, you know, taking care of their own areas where they know that they have influence, be it constituencies or places like that, and all things like that. And this is something that is just so embarrassing. It's a sad thing to look at. And yet, overall, ZANU PF is supposed to be caring much about the party itself as an organization, because the party must survive if they are to survive. The individuals are not more important than the organization. And that thing is not there in the scope of ZANU PF. They just are so selfish to the point that they are pushing individual agendas at the expense of the party agenda. So what is happening is the party is dying slowly while individuals are becoming more prominent and more powerful. Unfortunately, individuals, they don't last long. Individuals who die eventually, individuals who get sick, individuals who grow old, individuals who retire, individuals who go away. But the party will need to survive. And we don't have even the young people of ZANU PF today. You still remember the other time, George Charamba, when he was insulting the youth of ZANU PF, and he was saying the most useless youth of all times in ZANU PF. You are not even mobilizing the masses. You are not doing groundwork, work that needs to be done at the ground level, at the roots level. Nothing is happening there. And he was right. He was very right. But to blame the young people for not taking action and working to improve the grassroots of the party is also misplaced, because it is the same Madalas, Vana George, who have started the agenda of self-serving and self-seeking. Ndimi makaitanga agenda iyoyo. Vana Mnangagwa, imimi madaradara mese. You are now concentrating on yourselves more than you are concentrating on the party. So when the young people also learn from you, they also continue to do what you are doing. Now the people in ZANU PF, they have learned that just being in the party ZANU PF, your purpose is to run after tenders, is to run wherever money can be obtained, is to make sure that you work to enrich yourself. And that is the focal point of everyone who is in ZANU PF. So for anyone to turn around and want to start to blame others and to point fingers at others, it is just unfair and unfounded for. So working to protect the organization is very important. So some of these things, family, we need to learn them. We are learning from the weaknesses of ZANU PF. We are learning that, okay, as an organization, when we shall now have our government or the party that shall be running the new Great Zimbabwe, we must understand the importance of the organization more than the individuals. So the weaknesses of ZANU PF today are good. When we look at them, when we analyze them, when we talk and discuss on them, it's important because we have to learn something out of them. We can't just be hearing or just looking at what the failures of ZANU PF and we don't learn a lesson out of it. Because the purpose of history is that we learn from history. History must teach us the strengths and the weaknesses that have happened in the past. And then we adopt the strengths. We continue to polish them. We continue to engage on the strengths and we move on. As for weaknesses, we will need to be sitting down and looking into the weaknesses. What caused the weakness? How can we remedy? And then we make ourselves better. We do things in a better manner tomorrow. And then we become more successful in whatever that we do. But I don't think that in ZANU PF, we still have any people who are like that, who are sitting to look at the pros and the cons, the strengths and the weaknesses, to look at areas that need attention and areas that need to be improved. I don't think that still happens in ZANU PF because they are too busy. Everyone is busy amassing wealth, stealing as much as they can, gathering up everything for themselves, and yet nobody cares about ZANU PF as a party. So when General Chiwenga said the party is more important than the individual last time, he was very correct in what he was saying there. Very, very correct. And any leader who comes into the organization is indeed supposed to be remembering that you are assigned by the organization to whatever position for you to serve the organization for the purpose of the long life of the organization. Because many other people that are coming must also come and find the organization still standing for them to be able to also have the same leadership positions that those that are in leadership today have. But all this, what we are talking about, is no longer alive in ZANU PF. It has been killed. That's why ZANU PF. Anyone who thinks about doing something, you might find that this very guy who is we are talking about, who sang this song and who is appearing before the court, could have been arrested because someone who is in the lower ranks there of ZANU PF, maybe there in Beitbridge, could have been the one who just assigned the police to arrest without even finding out whether they can proceed and do that, whether they have the blessing of those that are at the top. You see? But then anyone can do anything in ZANU PF. They are just doing anything in ZANU PF. Anyone just does what they deem necessary. So there's no control. There's no discipline in ZANU PF. And that is the major problem that we continue to see happening. And that is also going to be the contributory factor to the collapse of ZANU PF as an organization. So I wish that some people would be, some strategists could still be available in ZANU PF who are not caring about running after money and riches, but rather to save the organization. So for us, like I said, we must be learning from such weaknesses. And we know that such weaknesses are going to destroy the organization. The organization must outlive the individual. So that's the way it is. So that's why ZANU PF is not going to survive longer. Because there's no one who is doing checks and balances anymore. Mnangagwa is too busy or he's too drunk. That is the problem. Too busy doing things that are anti-progress, or too drunk to ever notice that there are things that are happening somewhere, things going on that are not normal, things that cannot be sanctioned to continue happening, that need attention, that need to be stopped forthwith. There is no one who is doing those checks and balances anymore. And that's why Zimbabwe is in the state in which it is today. So that's what it is, family. So very, very sad. Let's hear what one or two of our own are saying here. My mom, Sitle Kumalo, is saying, yo, that song can make people get arrested. Oh my God, this world is evil. Just imagine, such a simple song, especially when it's just saying Maura Nyika. Just that, is it enough to make somebody really be arrested and the state getting all the resources and the time to arrest somebody just for that song? Kumbula Thomas is saying, afternoon, family. Thank you so much. Petronella is saying, afternoon. Mkoma Chatuva, thank you so much. Gogoma is saying dictators don't like criticism. If you are a true leader, be ready for it. Kuita kwevashaya kutsvaga utamugate. Yes, singing for Vene Sadiq chairman. So that's exactly the truth. The dictators don't want criticism. They don't want anybody who speaks against them. But they become so desperate eventually that they find themselves in a very, very compromising situation. Grace Banda saying greetings, Chatufa, thank you so much. Veronica, thank you. Sarai, thank you. Neta Kaitano says very sad kurarama muzimu vanhu vasafa. Enough is enough. Indeed, enough is enough. Chokwadi chinorwadza zvingasungirwa munhu izvozvo. Just imagine zvacho zvinosungirwa munhu kuti you can tell that we have a leadership that is crazy, people that are not normal in leadership position. Good afternoon, Mr. Chatufa and all Change Champions. Thank you so much, Gogo Mawire, for that contribution. So this is what it is, family. We are talking about somebody being arrested just for singing a song. Just a song, which does not really matter. It doesn't really mean much. It's not even an insult to anyone, but somebody will be arrested for it. Yes, like what we have always been saying, Sister Kumputi, Zimbabwe has been run on lies for a very, very long time. It has been lying after lying after lying, propaganda after propaganda. And that's exactly how Zimbabwe has been operating. So ZANU PF can't stand the truth. When truth is said, they find themselves feeling like they can die. So this is what it is, family. It's very, very unfortunate, but that's the situation that is on the ground. Mnangagwa was not chosen by citizens. That's why he doesn't like criticism. But he must be ready to feel the fire of criticism from citizens. Yes, that's the problem, that you want to hold on to power by force, but at the same time you don't want citizens to speak and to criticize what you are doing. It's not fair. It can't happen. Hakuna nyika yakapfawa zvakadaro. Ring Magama says God Almighty is in one day. Is in it one day. We are going to sing songs of celebration. Definitely, songs of celebrations are not very far from us. We are definitely walking towards the freedom of Zimbabwe. Thank you so much, family, for joining me on this show. Remember what happened. The show that I thought we were doing on this platform, it was posted to the main channel. I don't know how it happened. Softwares, at times they can get drunk. So this is our first show here. So which means we'll do one show again here, and then we are going to move to the main channel back, Chatufa TV Productions. Then we'll do the show about diasporans. We want to talk about life in the diaspora, what is happening to the Zimbabwean people that are in the diaspora. Very, very important for us to discuss on those issues. Thank you so much for joining me on the show. Thank you, Mkoma Edwin. You are coming when we are wrapping up. Subscribe to the channel as always, like and share. We'll be meeting in the upcoming shows. Thank you so much.